Welcome everyone to the Inland Sports Show. Before we start the show, make sure you like this video and you've subscribed to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. And if you're a local business or organization and you'd like to promote yourself on this show, just send us an email, inlandsportsshow@gmail.com. The show starts right now. Garcia's left footed. And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show, here live and amplified at Team Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in. We got a great show tonight. We're going to hit the CIF Southern Section playoffs real hard as we wind down the Southern Section, get ready for the regional and state playoffs. So a little bit later in the show, we're going to check in with the Moreno Valley girls basketball team. Big win last night against Centennial. We'll talk about that. Santiago soccer star Maddie Saruwatari coming on strong here in the playoffs. We'll check in with Maddie and Yucaipa baseball standout Mario Gonzalez. All that coming up on the show. But the big news is, and I hope you guys watched it on this past Friday night on Riverside TV, we had live coverage of the CIF Southern Section boys soccer Open Division Finals. Arlington taking on Mater Dei. Unfortunately, the Lions lost by a score of 1-0. That was their first loss all season. 25-0 going into that championship match. But if there's good news, it's kind of poetic for Arlington, is that if they win tomorrow night in the SoCal regional semifinals, they could potentially play Mater Dei again for the Southern California Championship. Earlier today, we caught up with head coach Kevin Watson to see how the team is doing. How would they regroup this week, coming off their first and only loss of the season in the section finals to Mater Dei, and trying to regroup for this, one final week of the season, maybe win a Southern California regional title. Here's Lions head coach Kevin Watson.
Inland Sports.
He is the head coach of the Arlington boys soccer team, now in the SoCal Regional. And Coach, you could have up to 2 more games left this season. Semifinals Thursday night at home against St. Augustine, and then potentially the finals on Saturday. How do you get this team to regroup, refocus, and know that there's still a big goal attainable this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's gut-wrenching, after the section final, but rely on the captains. I kind of relied on my guys and kind of brought them in, and we had our own meeting and said, okay, how are we going to tackle this? And to be fair, they didn't really understand regionals. It's like, they're like, oh, we still got a chance at a ring. And once we kind of discussed that, we kind of did that on the drive home as well. You saw like a new, it was like a second chance, right? Second chance. And, our training showed that on Monday. Their spirits were really, really high considering, the event. And I think, it was reassuring. Yesterday I scouted St. Augustine, so I had my assistant cover training, which I don't like to do, but the boys text me after and they're just pumped. I got some great messages that showed me that they're ready. They're ready for the second opportunity.
Yeah, I'm just curious because, you guys were 25-0 going into the section final against Mater Dei. And you guys, how would your team respond after a loss? Because you were never in that position all season long. So it sounds like it's been a good week of practice so far. Like they are able to respond and kind of gather themselves and know that there's still some meaningful soccer games still this year.
Yeah, I mean, ironically, we have some close friends on St. Augustine, so it's kind of a cool matchup. But for us, the boys, I think it's starting to settle in now. Like this is it, last week together. The most important factor is being at home on Thursday night. It's just a different, intimate crowd that we really thrive off, and I think they're excited for it. And ultimately, I think anybody and everybody wants the matchup with Mater Dei again. So that would be the true blessing in this entire journey.
Yeah, I hate, especially coaches don't like to look beyond the game that's in front of them, right? But from a media standpoint, it's hard not to look to a potential rematch on Saturday against Mater Dei. First things first, St. Augustine at home Thursday night. But Coach, I mean, that would be kind of poetic, right? If you guys got another shot at the Monarchs for a championship.
No, yeah, this is great. I mean, you got Division I. You basically got the San Diego Open finalists and winner, and the Southern Section finalists and winner going at it in the semis. I mean, you can't really draw it up any better, to be fair. And I feel just really blessed to get the chance. It's been a while since it's been the regional event, but it's just great to again have it at home. Have it at home is like so glad we got the 2 seed, and and St. Augustine can feel a little bit of the Riv and what Riverside brings. It's a little different.
And finally, Coach, what do your Lions have to do well on Thursday night to get a win in the semis and advance to the championship match?
Well, we got a good look at St. Augustine. I mean, I think we're going to have to really defend well. They got a great attack. They got a great center forward in Gus Velez. He's a very, very good player and a USD commit. So we're going to have to be aware of him. And then ultimately, it's just we got to pack this house. So we're begging for Riverside to come out again and kind of be our foundation, feed off of that, and truly just stick to who we are and hopefully make it that type of environment where this is it. Loser goes home, give it everything you got, and play like tomorrow's never promised, and let's get after it, and let's get it hopefully another matchup on Saturday.
All right, that's Arlington boys soccer coach Kevin Watson breaking down the SoCal Regional semifinals against St. Augustine. Let's pack the house and hopefully push the Lions to the finals on Saturday. Thank you so much, Coach. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Inland Sports.
Kevin Watson is the man. Always appreciate our conversations with him, and he's always so generous with his time. So best of luck to the Lions on Thursday night against St. Augustine. Hopefully they can make a road trip to Mater Dei on Saturday, get a little paybacks against the Monarchs. All right, that'll lead us into our big boost play of the week. It's actually 2 of them. Let's go to the video because we're going to do a little wrestling, little girls soccer. We'll start up in my old neck of the woods, Bakersfield, the CIF State meet, and that is Canyon Springs stud Sonny Kling at 190 pounds, winning in the championship match 11-2. The great thing about Sonny was he made it to the finals 2 years prior, and each time he lost in that championship match, but this year he gets the job done. He wins the state championship at 190. We are hoping to have him on the show tonight, maybe next week. He's meeting with CBU. Now, girls soccer, Roosevelt in the Division I finals, taking on Palos Verdes. And here's the Mustangs' goals in that Division I championship match. They go on to win 3-2 for the CIF Southern Section Division I championship. If you pair that with the Open Division title for Santiago, that is 2 Big 8 league schools winning CIF Southern Section titles, and actually the 2 biggest divisions, the Open Division and Division I. So I think that speaks volumes of how good girls soccer was this season in the Big 8 League. So here's the Mustangs' 3 goals. They win 3-2 in the finals, and they are CIF Southern Section champions. I think there's a little bit of celebration video at the end of these highlights. Yeah, there it is. If you got the hardware, you got to show it off. Congratulations going out to the Mustangs, your D1 champs. All right, and our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. The games were actually last night on Tuesday night, first round of the basketball state playoffs. On the boys' side, Centennial played Mission Hills from San Marcos down in the San Diego section. Centennial at home, part of a doubleheader for the girls' basketball team as well. And Centennial boys blast Mission Hills. They are moving on to the next round in the state playoffs, and they will take on Mater Dei. Now, we had a double Kin Sporting Goods must-see game because it was the other game of the doubleheader. The Centennial girls were taking on Moreno Valley, and the Vikings going on the road and picking up a huge win against Centennial to advance in the Division I playoffs. They'll go back out on the road to take on Birmingham in the next round. So congratulations to Moval, the girls basketball team, having a fantastic year, and it's not done yet. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we will talk with the Moreno Valley girls basketball team, talk about that big win last night against Centennial and what they need to do moving forward to maybe make a run to the state championship. We'll be right back here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Rialto, right off the 210 freeway at Ayala Drive. Eat more chicken. Are you focusing too much on your child's athletic ability? That is this week's Gridiron Question with the one and only Boost man, Ray Bass, here at the Boost Performance Center. And Coach Bass, you know, this is for the parents out there. What are they emphasizing? Maybe the wrong things in their child's life.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I feel like I do see a lot of parents who focus too much on their child's, raw talent and not putting enough emphasis on them being just good human beings. You know, I've said it before that there's so many kids who don't make it every year, who fall off for one reason or another. And a lot of times it's not about their talent. It's about who they are as individuals, their lack of coachability, them being lazy, their huge egos. Those are all things that stand in the way of them reaching the higher levels. I always tell my athletes that, talent may get you through the door, but who you are keeps you there. So I feel that parents need to invest just as much in who their kids are as little people as they do their overall talent.
That all makes sense. And unfortunately, we've heard too many stories of great athletes. It's the other stuff that keeps them from reaching their full potential. You can help that here at Boost, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's what our values are. Yeah. When kids step in this building, whether they're training with us, whether they're attending our prep school, it's all about that. It's so much about the intangibles and not just about, like I always say, creating robots and just bigger, stronger, faster.
All right, well, you can get a well-rounded athlete right here at the Boost Performance Center. That is the one and only Boost man, Ray Bass. This has been the Gridiron Question. Make sure you hit us up on the DMs on any Boost Training social media platform if you've got a future Gridiron Question. Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. Big thanks to Kevin Watson, the head boys soccer coach at Arlington. Another big match coming up for the Lions on Thursday night in the SoCal Regional Semis. It's also that time of the year where basketball is going strong. We are in the CIF State playoffs right now. One round already in the books. One of our local teams advancing to the next round with a huge win on the road. It's the Moreno Valley girls basketball team. Head coach Larry Wright joined us here on the program. And coach, man, going on the road, beating Centennial, That was a huge way to open up the state playoffs. I didn't see the game, but what did you guys do well against the Huskies in that victory, Coach?
You know what? Compete. That was the number one thing. Again, Centennial's their perennial powerhouse. We know that they're going to always come and bring it and play. And we just wanted to make sure that we competed and showed the heart that we got.
Coach, I'm looking at the state playoff brackets right now. You guys went in as the 11 seed, so you kind of knew going in, hey, we're going to be road warriors. If we're going to get this done, we're going to hit the road and we're going to go into some hostile places like Centennial. You got Birmingham next. What was kind of the message to your team going into the state playoffs?
Well, the message that we have is just be ourselves. That's the number one thing. We have a young group, and the good thing about this group, it is frustrating at times, but the good thing is that they have short memories. So coming off the championship loss, we're just right back in the gym, and they had a short memory. They went in, we competed, and even right now we just finished up practice. So it's short memory again from the Centennial game, and we're focusing and just implemented the game for Birmingham.
Coach, you mentioned the short memory, and this is something I asked Kevin Watson, the soccer coach for Arlington, because they were 25-0 and they got to the section finals and they lose 1-0, but now they have to kind of refocus and regroup and get ready for this Southern California regional run. What was kind of the message to your team? You come up just a little bit short in that section championship game, but there's still a lot to play for this season. How did you make sure the team wasn't moping and saying, "Oh man, that was awful"? How do you get the energy back up, get those good vibes going again, and get dialed in? Obviously, it worked because you won on the road at Centennial.
Yeah, you know what? The great thing about our team is we're player-led. So believe it or not, even though a few of the players, the girls, they cried right there on the court because it was an emotional moment. On the bus ride home, they were all singing and laughing, because we've accomplished a lot this year. And we feel like that we've been playing with house money all year with playing the teams and schools that we played. And that's been the case. So it wasn't a matter of us picking them back up. It's all been a learning experience.
Coach, you've been around the program for several seasons now, and looking at your roster, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is kind of a younger team. Did you expect this much success this fast, or do you think, next year is going to be our year? Because this is your year right now. You're having a great season.
Yeah, you know what? I've always believed in our kids. Did I expect the success? Not necessarily, because again, we felt like we were playing with house money. But then, we're in the gym, we're working hard. We're shooting at the same basket that everyone else is. These girls are running really, doing everything that's asked of them. They're great students on campus. And so I started to ask and say, hey, why not us? And we just continue to believe, and we're just rolling the ball out and playing as hard as we can.
All right, Coach, if I'm looking at the roster correctly, I don't see any seniors on the team. So I'm going to presume everybody from this awesome team will be back with you next year.
Yes. That's what we're excited about. We have 0 seniors. So that's another reason why everything has been a learning experience. What we talk about is the only thing that you can't teach is experience. So we're going through that. We're gaining that now. And at the same time, I don't want to say use our youth as a reason or an excuse to not succeed, even though we're learning.
Coach, you have some really great players on your team, and it's hard to single any of them out, but it's hard not to single out a stud freshman who's Alicia Mills, who at the varsity level, it's incredible what she's doing at the varsity level. She's only a freshman. What makes her such a special talent, Coach?
You know what? Because she's her, very skilled young lady. She's been playing basketball, and she's not afraid of the moment. The biggest thing that we try to instill, not just Alicia, but everyone, is don't be scared to fail. This game isn't played perfectly. Pros don't even play this game perfectly. So just go out there and play. And Alicia is so special because she knows how to use her body, whether it's for rebounding, scoring. And let me tell you, she's the funniest person on the team. She has the most personality, hands down. So yeah, she's special.
Coach, you're a Viking at heart. You said you're a Moval grad and going back to, your alma mater. What does it mean to you? Is there an extra sense of pride in being able to do what you're doing at the school that you attended?
You know what? It's a full circle moment. I am a Viking at heart. It feels great to be able to come back and try to help not only the basketball players and students, but all students on campus. This is where I've come from. My thing is that I wanted to make sure that a platform is set for them to be able to succeed and go off and showcase their talents, because we have so much talent here on campus. And it means a lot. It's great because all the community has come back out. Our games, they're packed all the time, for girls basketball. And that just shows how far along the sport has come. And not only that, the work and how entertaining this particular group that we have is.
Coach, that is a perfect segue into my next question. What's the buzz like on campus? Because, obviously girls basketball is probably the talk of the town right now, and now the season continues in the state playoffs. And do you feel like there's a lot of Moval girls basketball fans right now on campus?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is. It's a great thing. It's like seeing even people that aren't aware of basketball or didn't come to basketball games before. Now we have all of the student the students, we're building our student section. The buzz is on campus. We have faculty night, all our faculty members have come out. And it was even great going down to Azusa Pacific, playing in the championship game, seeing everyone and just looking at all the familiar faces and the support that we have from, it's been great. And let me say this, actually seeing all the old alum come back out too to support. That's been really cool.
Well, you gave them a reason to come back out. Everyone wants to hop on, the bandwagon here. I say the bandwagon, but they're Moval alum themselves. But everyone likes a winner, right, Coach? So that everyone wants to see this team do well.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, they do. And again, the support has been great. We're just working hard to have the winning continue. And we just want to be an inspiration, not just from campus, but in the community. Because we go out and do things in the community as well.
Well, it sounds like you got some well-rounded student athletes there at Moreno Valley High School. Coach, let's wrap it up like this. You play on the road at Birmingham tomorrow night. What are some things that you guys did well against Centennial that you hope carries over in this next road game that you can, continue the CIF State Championship run? Yeah, you know what? Stay together. I think that's something that we did. Each basketball game has its own personality. It's a game of runs. Basketball is a game of runs. So one of the things that I hope that we do that carried over from the Centennial game is staying together and being smart. And hey, you know what? If we get down early, we're resilient. If we get up, we should know what it takes to sustain any leads. Well, Coach, listen, congratulations on the season so far, and obviously it's not done yet, and best of luck on the road at Birmingham. Congrats on that win against Centennial. Best of luck against Birmingham, and just try to keep this thing going. I mean, who knows where this thing might end, right? Absolutely. We're just trying to take it one game at a time and continue to enjoy this ride. And I want to say thank you for having me on. I watched the show. I know we've got some other Moreno Valley coaches on as well. And, I appreciate you having me on. Well, thank you, Coach Wright. I appreciate that as well. Yeah, there's a lot of great people at Moreno Valley High School. Principal Peoples, that's my guy too. So tell everyone I said hello and best of luck on the road tomorrow night, Coach. Absolutely. Thanks again for having me, and have a great one. I'm looking forward to coming on again. Hey, you know what? Yeah, when you bring home that CIF State Championship trophy, we'll bring you and some of the players in studio, and we'll do it. And you know what? Sounds like a plan. Thank you. You got it. Coach Wright, thank you so much. That's Coach Wright from Moreno Valley Girls Basketball here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to talk to the star of the Santiago girls soccer team, Maddie Saruwatari. That's next here on the Inland Sports Show.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Parents, is it normal for your child to get hurt lifting weights? Understand this, weightlifting is one of the safest activities you can participate in for athletes and non-athletes of all ages. But the most common ways that athletes hurt themselves in the weight room is either A, lifting with improper technique, or B, moving weight that they're not ready to handle. If your athlete is getting hurt in the weight room, you need to find out ASAP, because no, getting hurt isn't normal. Boost man.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Rialto, right off the 210 freeway at Ayala Drive. Eat more chicken.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. We had Arlington coach Kevin Watson. We had Moreno Valley girls basketball coach Larry Wright. Now it's to girls soccer. And, hey, we're in the semifinals now of the SoCal Regionals. It's 1 week, winner take all, finals on Saturday. And Santiago's making another big run. They're coming off an open division championship in the southern section, trying to add a SoCal regional championship as well. Joining us here on the show, she is coming on strong here in the playoffs, Maddie Saruwatari. And Maddie, I don't know, maybe you saved the best for last. I mean, this playoff run that you're enjoying right now, is this kind of the best soccer you've ever played the last couple of games?
I'm sorry.
I think it froze for a second. But Maddie, the last couple of games here, I'd say even going back to the semifinals and the finals in the section to the game you just had to open up the SoCal Regional, is this like the best 3-game stretch you've ever had in your life playing soccer?
Yes, it was like so surreal. It just felt really nice to be able to have that team effort just to push through and do what we do best as a team.
So going back to the semis, you have the game winner in the semis. Then you had, I think it was a PK goal in the championship match for the Open Division title. And then the first round of the SoCal Regional, you score a hat trick. It was a 3-0 win, and you had all 3 goals. I mean, what is clicking? What's going right for you right now?
To be honest, I was in a little bit of slump during league. And it was really nice to have my teammates have my back during the whole time. And they just kept encouraging me and telling me that I could do it and I was going to do it. And my coach Shai told me that it's like a saying, feast and famine. And I didn't know what that meant at first. And I was in my famine stage during league. And then during CIF, something just clicked. And now he says I'm in my feasting stage. So
Time to feast in the playoffs. Coach Fleming is one of my most favorite guys, and he's such a great coach. He's been there for a long, long time. How much fun do you think the team overall is having right now just during this playoff run? Obviously, winning is fun, but how much fun are you guys having?
Honestly, our team is so good, like chemistry-wise, and we're all able to like just bond with each other. And it's obviously that like intensity factor is there, but it's mainly just friendships that we've made along the way. And that's really what's helped us be able to play better with each other and just execute when we need to.
Obviously you got to have talent, you got to have a great coach and all those things, but it sounds like those intangibles, the things that, like you said, you got to actually like your teammate next to you and ready to go to battle for them. I mean, do you think that contributes a lot to your success this season and the team success, that you genuinely like your coach, you like your teammates, you guys all get along? That's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, having the teammates that I have right now, I wouldn't be in the place I am without them. They've been my rock throughout this whole league season, CIF, and we're just all like best friends with each other. And it really I couldn't ask for a better team than this year.
So, Maddie, there's a lot of great players on this Santiago team. Do you feel like on any given night, someone's going to step up? Someone's going to get that key goal. Someone's going to have a great game. Someone's going to make that key tackle in the backfield, or maybe it's the goalkeeper stepping up in that particular game. But do you feel like there's so many great players that anyone can step up on any given night to help that team get the win?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like starting from our keeper, Abigail Turley, she has stepped up throughout this whole season. She's been our rock back there, and she has allowed she's had like so many shutouts, and honestly, we wouldn't be here without her. And Gracie Kelly specifically, she's our captain, and she's given so much positive energy. She's been up for those headers. She's one of the rocks in the defense. And for our midfielder, Crystal Medina, as you know, me and her have had that connection throughout the season. And she is just one of the greatest players I've ever seen. And she is probably, if not one of the main reasons we are here today, like in our position we're in.
Maddie, I'm going through the schedule for you guys this season, and if I could use a soccer term, there's a lot of clean sheets, a lot of shutouts by you guys, but you're also scoring a lot of goals. In that 3-0 win against Eastlake in that first SoCal regional game, what do you think is clicking this time of the year? I know it's late in the season. There's only 1 week left. I mean, is it the offense? Is it the defense? Is it a little bit of everything? What's going well right now?
Honestly, I feel like knowing that the defense has my back and knowing that they are able to have those shutouts, I feel like I need to do my job as a forward and put my shots away. So from my slump in league, I've been going down to the park with my dad and just shooting over and over to get that repetition in. So I was like, as it's been happening, hopefully like it just clicks, and it's so far it's looking good. So
I'd imagine your parents are losing their mind during the last couple of games. I mean, just screaming and going. I mean, again, you've had some incredible games, the games of your life. What do your parents think about all this success?
My parents have honestly just been my biggest supporters throughout my whole soccer career. And as far as I know, they're pretty proud of me, but yeah, they're the reason like I'm still going, and they help me out of my darkest times with like soccer. And when I'm in my slumps, they encourage me and help me get out of those.
Now, Maddie, so when I played a long, long time ago, I could pick out my mom or dad's voice from the crowd. Like if I scored a goal or whatever, I could hear them. Can you hear them? Like even though your teammates are jumping on you and people are screaming, you're like, oh, I hear mom, I hear dad.
Yeah, well, when it's a kickoff, no matter if it's our kickoff or the other team's kickoff, I always hear my mom yell, "Go Maddie Boo." That's just what she calls me. I don't know why, but that's just what she calls me. And I always hear her say that. And then when I score, or when we're like needing to score, I can definitely hear my dad's voice. And he's like, "Come on, Maddie, push it. Like you need that goal. Like you need to go get that goal." And I'm like, okay, I'm trying.
That's the plan, Dad. That's the plan to get that goal.
Yes.
Maddie, finally, let's see. So in the regional semifinals, you get Miracosta. That's going to be tomorrow night at Santiago. So if you guys want to go check out the Sharks, I think that's a 5 o'clock kickoff, right? Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Against Miracosta. And then maybe a rematch against Santa Margarita on Saturday for the championship. So Maddie, finally here, what do you think you guys as a team need to continue doing well to win Thursday night and then hopefully maybe win again on Saturday?
I think that just as a team, we've been playing very well together. And as long as we keep our composure, keep our mindset in the right place and not get too full of ourselves and just play the game we know how to play and what we're used to playing as a team, I think that we'll do it all. And hopefully we can get that state title. And I was quoted wrong in an article. I said we've never won state and CIF in the same year, but we did in 2015, just not Division I or Open Division. We won Division II. So our goal this year is just to keep doing what we do, and we're so close to that little state title, not really little, but like that state title that we just want to finish strong. And there's no better way to send off our seniors than with a win. So
listen, Division II is great, but you guys won the Open Division. That's unbelievable in the Southern section. Some might say it's the best playoff division in the entire country. So if you win the Open Division in the Southern section, that's a huge deal. And then again, you got a chance to maybe add another title coming up. Thursday semis, Saturday would be the potential finals if you guys reach it, which I believe you will, and win the whole thing. Maddie, listen, you're a stud. I really appreciate the time. You jump in here on the Inland Sports Show. Best of luck on Thursday night against Miracosta.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Maddie Saruwatari here on the Inland Sports Show from Santiago girls soccer. Thank you so much, Maddie. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Yucaipa High School baseball stud Mario Gonzalez next here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
Parents, will lifting weights stunt your child's growth? Stay tuned to find out. Now, this is probably the biggest misconception I hear from parents regarding weightlifting. And the simple answer is no. But when young athletes use weights that are too heavy for them, or they lift with improper technique, this can damage their growth plates and have serious implications, negative implications for their future. So be sure to keep the weight moderate, technique on point, and seek out professionals like myself, your boy, Loose Man.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Inland Sports.
Again, the Dodgers are going all in. They pushed all the chips into the middle of the table saying we're going to go all in and try to win a World Series. They brought Clayton Kershaw back. That was not by accident. They're going all in. It's World Series or bust, no doubt, for the Dodgers this year. Got to talk some football, Patrick. We got the NFL Combine going down this week. If you're a quarterbacks guy like I am, we will not see Jaden Daniels, the pride of Cajon, and the QBs until Saturday for their on-field workouts. I hate to say this can make or break your draft status, because I'd rather see you make plays in helmets and pads, but a lot weighs on this on the field stuff as we go throughout the week in Indianapolis.
Yes, it does, man. We have to wait to see what happens. I mean, even our very own, USC quarterback, we kind of have to see what's going to happen with Caleb Williams. What are the Bears going to do?
Inland
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We've been talking a lot about the CIF Southern Section playoffs, basketball and soccer. Big thanks to Kevin Watson at Arlington, Maddie Saruwatari from Santiago, and Coach Wright at Moreno Valley Girls Hoops. But right now, we're going to talk some spring sports. In fact, local baseball, we're already going into league play this week, which is unbelievable because we're still hanging on to the month of February right now. Join us here live on the Inland Sports Show, coming off a great start against, I think it was Fountain Valley. It's Yucaipa pitcher Mario Gonzalez. And Mario, full disclosure here, dude, I've known you since you were like a little guy, and Coach Grajeda reached out to me, and I'm like, there's no way Mario's old enough to be throwing gyms for Yucaipa. But, dude, hey, welcome to the show, man. How are you doing?
Thank you for welcoming me. I'm doing great, and it's, definitely good that I've known you almost just about my whole life. That's really crazy to think about, but I'm doing really good.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, Coach Grajeda, he and I are pretty tight, and he reached out to me, and he's like, hey, my guy Mario tossed a really great game. I think it was like a complete game, 2-hitter. And he's like, can we get him on the show? I was like, yeah, let's definitely get him on the show. And I'm like, wait, hold on. That's got to be the same Mario Gonzalez. But Mario, hey, listen, congrats on that great start. What was it? 1-0 over Fountain Valley, complete game, 2-hitter. What was working for you on the mound in that game?
Definitely my off speeds were working, and honestly, when you're a pitcher, you want your off speeds and your secondary pitches to really land for strikes and get outs. So overall, that whole outing, I was landing my curveballs and my changeups and getting outs here. So it really pushed me throughout the whole game, and we were able to come out with the win. So I'm very happy to say that I was landing my off speeds.
So, Mario, when you have a great start, does it kind of carry over to the next start, kind of build some confidence in yourself and some momentum? Like, man, I feel good. I can't wait to get the ball again.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely builds confidence for my next start. For my next start, I don't believe it is against Rev this Friday. I'm not too sure when it is, but it definitely builds confidence knowing that I just bounced from a complete game, giving up 2 hits. So it definitely continues on, hopefully, to this next game, I would say.
All right, Mario, we got to go full disclosure. Coach was telling me you guys played Rev today and came up a little bit short. I think 4-3 was that final score. When you play the same team in CBL action, twice in 1 week, a home and home. So they'll, I think actually they came to your place because of some field conditions. But it's tough to beat the same team twice in 1 week, isn't it? Especially in CBL play because there's so many great teams, so many great players. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a struggle to change home games today. I feel like maybe if we had our home game on Friday as set to plan, I feel like maybe we could play a little bit better. And, today's game, since everything was all switched around, the schedule, the field changes, honestly, we beat ourselves today in the game. I'm going to say that. I would definitely say that errors and, just us always shooting ourselves in the foot when we go against good teams in CBL. So today was just one of those days where we kind of struggled going against, ourselves instead of Revs. So hopefully this Friday we can clean it up and, come out with a victory. Mario, I love CBL baseball, man. There's some really great programs, great coaches. There's always guys going Division I out of the CBL, so there's a lot of talent. What do you think Yucaipa has to do well this season to challenge and win a Citrus Belt League title? Definitely. Well, there is a lot of good D1 dudes coming out of the CBL, so we have a couple of our own, Wes Hickey, Noah Reimer, Daniel Rambula. So we have a couple good D1 dudes on our team. But to overcome this year and, be a 6-peat champ for CBL, I'd definitely say we just, need to compete more as a team and become a family like what we have on the back of our hats. I think that's definitely what we need this season to, win for the 6th time in a row in CBL, especially against a lot of good competitive teams. So I think overall just, coming together as a family and taking care of business. Mario, as a pitcher, what are some things or some areas you feel like you can still get better? What are some things that you're working on so you can take your game to that next level? I think definitely for me, taking my game to the next level would be becoming a two-way, hopefully. I know I'm a very successful pitcher. Of course, I have some things to work on that side. But I think if I could overall, be a good defensive player for the team and help out with that part, and also getting some ABs and, coming clutch for the team as well. So there's always definitely like room for me to improve besides pitching, because I know that's what I'm, really talked about for.
But I think if I could help out defensively on first base, or third base, the corners, or potentially get in at bat and helping out with the team. So yeah, those are definitely, two things that I would love to work on.
Is Coach Grajeda the kind of guy that even though you might be one of the front end starting pitchers, but you always got to be ready? He might look down at you in the dugout and be like, hey, Mario, grab a stick. You're going to go out there. I mean, do you always have to be ready?
Yeah, definitely. That's how it was today, man. He just, you always got to be ready for your opportunity and your time to shine. And, you got to work while you wait. So when you get that opportunity, hopefully you take advantage and, make best of it, because that's definitely going to keep you there in the long run.
You mentioned some of your teammates who, have either Division I scholarships already or they've got offers on the table. What's the recruiting process like for you right now? How do you feel like you're doing right now and trying to get, more attention and more exposure to get some of those scholarship offers?
Yeah, right now, I definitely have a lot of college interest in me, for pitching on the mound. I have quite a few, so that's really accomplishing for me, and that's leading towards success. But I think to get me more exposure is, really going all out this season, potentially making first team CBL, and really just grinding, and hopefully some better scholarships and offers get opened up to me. So yeah, that's the goal, is just keep on grinding the season and hopefully make that first team for some good exposure.
Yeah, I'm sure your parents would love to see you get a scholarship, not have to pay for college. That's my last question, actually, Mario. You've done great. How's your family? How's your parents?
My family's really good. They're always working, busy. My sister now too. So, the family's doing good, just overall really busy with work. But, when it comes down to baseball, I know they're all there for me and they always have my back. So I love that about them. Yeah, because, man, I talk to a lot of baseball players, and it's crazy between high school baseball and travel ball. They're always gone on the weekends. I don't know how much money they've spent in gas and food and hotels and, just playing on travel ball teams. Like, it's a huge commitment, isn't it? Yeah, that definitely is for my family, playing baseball since I was young and having to, stick with that for my whole life. Now comes my senior year. It's definitely a lot of money and effort and time that my family and parents have put into me. So I really appreciate that and appreciate them. I love my mom and dad. I know they really do care for me in baseball. So let's hopefully just, keep moving forward with them. I love them to death. Well, Mario, man, it was awesome catching up with you like this here on the Inland Sports Show. Best of luck. Hopefully you get the ball on Friday against Rev. It sounds like you might, right? You might get the start. Yeah, it might be between me and, one of our other aces. So, hopefully whoever goes on that mound just dominates and gets us that win. So, yeah. All right, Mario, listen, appreciate the time. Hey, congrats on that great start against Fountain Valley. Continued success, man, going forward. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. You got it. That's Mario Gonzalez from the Yucaipa High School baseball team here on the Inland Sports Show. And you can log off Zoom, Mario. Yeah, you don't have to hang around. You don't want to watch me do the housekeeping stuff to button it up here. So, yeah, it's so. I was telling Johnny, our director behind the scenes, Coach Grajeda hit me up about this Mario Gonzalez, who had a great game. Was like, hey, can you get him on the show? I was like, yeah. And then I looked at his picture. I'm like, wait, hold on. That's like little Mario from church. I used to play freeze tag with this kid when he was, I don't know, probably 7, 8 years old, like a long time ago, probably even younger than that. So kind of funny how it all came full circle. So congrats, Mario. Great start, continued success, and a big series between Yucaipa and Rev this week in Citrus Belt League play. Big thanks to all our guests, Kevin Watson, Maddie Saruwatari, and Coach Wright from Moreno Valley, and of course Mario you just saw here on the show as well. The biggest shout out though goes to our guy Johnny Nunez behind the scenes here at Team Vision TV 16. Always appreciate his hard work. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.